Welcome tonight to the corporate update for Punk Panda. I am TW Dawson, CCO of the Punk Pandas. And listen, I am so excited about tonight. We have a star panel tonight. We're going to share some things with you, some updates, some new features, some different things. We are excited. We just hit $1 plus. We're done with our pre-sale, and I know everybody's waiting to know what's next. What's next for the Panda community? And that's what we're here for tonight. As we promised, we will always keep you up to date with the latest information as it comes down. At least once a week, we'll give you what we have so we'll know what direction we're going. So we'll know exactly where this community is going, and we'll always be truthful, transparent, upfront, and honest. And with no better introduction than that, I like to give you our very own Marcus, who is one of the top guys in this project. He's the mastermind in it. He's the guy that deals with you guys all day and all night on that Telegram group. You must give him some kind of credit for that, because I can't do it, guys. I can't. But he's the man for that. So let's give it up to him. Let's go, Marcus. Give it to us, baby.
Hey, TW, thank you so much for a great introduction. Welcome, everybody. We've got streaming in over 230 people now. Welcome if you're watching the recording of this. I got to tell you, this is probably the most exciting update that we have up until this point. I'm absolutely panda pumped, so strap yourself in. And apologies if you pee your panda pants, because this is some exciting stuff. So let's get this screen shared here and let's get straight into the presentation because this is a absolute class lineup. Today, we are going to go through where we've got to with the pre-sale, the Pancake listing, withdrawal rates, security updates, where things are at with the Panda app as far as the beta and the 2.0. We've got a couple surprise guests. We've got 2 surprise offers, and then we'll finish out with the Panda ecosystem so everybody can understand, where they fit within that. So the pre-sale PPM, that's absolutely done, finished. Congratulations to the entire community. We started this pre-sale October 29th at 10 cents, and the price scaled to $1 as we sold through these tokens. So anybody who has an account on Punk Panda Farm, if you register or if you log in, you'll see that the token price has just clicked over $1 there now. Now, October 29, just for a bit of a reference point, if people had bought Punk Panda tokens at 10 cents, they've gone 10x already, right? Before listing, if they had bought Bitcoin back then at $62,000, that would have been like Bitcoin being at over 600,000 US dollars per coin right now. We've got over 80,000 registrations on the Panda Farm right now. Not every one of those has actually purchased tokens, but as you can see, there's a strong community there and an even bigger community as far as the Punk Panda app, which is at over 300,000 registrations right now. So a lot of you guys are excited about the listing on Pancake. We're excited as well. We're getting prepared to launch. We've got the fuel in the tank. The rocket boosters are starting to shake. But I got to tell you that we've engaged a top tier listing and marketing team who have strongly advised us to have a minimum 3 to 5 weeks marketing run to create a public frenzy about the Punk Panda token before we list on Pancake. And to be fair, they actually wanted 3 months, but we agreed for 3 to 5 weeks. And you're going to get to hear from a couple of these guys, the 2 key guys on this one, actually on this call today. So this is really important for everybody to understand, because I know for some people, they'll look at that or they'll hear this and go, oh, I was expecting it to be next week. But have a think about it. Everybody in the community who's wanted to buy tokens has already bought tokens. So if we go and list, who the hell is going to buy them if no one knows who we are, what we're doing, and what we've got to offer? So we need to create some public awareness for people who are in the crypto community and, have them understand why this is a powerful project for them to be a part of. And then the final factor they've advised us for a successful listing is the market sentiment. What's happening in the space right now. We don't want to be listing when the market's dumping. Like a space shuttle launch, we can have everything 100% prepared, but the final factor is always the weather. If bad weather comes in, they have to delay the launch. So this is what we're looking at, around 3 to 5 weeks for listing on Pancake. And we're also preparing a whole new front end for the Punk Panda Farm website, which is going to become a DeFi farm. And we aim to have that done so we have other DeFi offers within the next 8 weeks. So I want to welcome on a gentleman, Mr. Craig Tortolani. He's our Chief Strategy Officer, and he's actually bought the next gentleman he's going to introduce coming off the back of his little chat to us, that's going to be helping us with the listing and also the public marketing to really get this Panda Blitz out there to the public. So Craig, do we have you on the call?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please.
All right,
we'd love to share with people a bit about your background and you know, where we're at with this project and where you see us going with this listing.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks so much for having me. You guys are killing it. Marcus, thanks so much for having me a part of the team. And everyone, thank you so much. It's an honor to be on the call. So my name is Crypto Craig. I gave myself that nickname, which is not a very cool thing to do, back in 2014. And everyone thought I was the biggest loser in the world. And then Bitcoin price went up and I was like, people started calling me that. And so I, was working for Bank of America. I was bartending and I just knew Bitcoin was the biggest thing I'd ever seen. I found it on YouTube. And I piled in and I took my bartending money and I turned 20 grand into many, many, many millions of dollars in 2015. And I thought I was like God's gift to trading. And I went to go move it offline and to go sit on a beach and figure out how I was going to retire my mom. And my phone turned off and all the money disappeared. I got hacked for every dollar of it and I lost my mind. It was the worst day of my life. And so I knew this space was still going to be big, but I was like just so distraught. So I'm like, okay, I can't sit there and be the guy that's like, oh, what if I made, I can't sit there and watch Bitcoin go to $1 million and be like, oh, I would have been this guy. So I'm like, I'm going to commit to learning how to trade, invest, and get around some of the best people. And it was a rough ride, but we battled back and have done very well. And so now I'm fortunate enough to own, a couple different crypto companies. We advise a few hedge funds. I work with crypto.com, who's just a behemoth in the space. And, I've worked with, the founder of the Bitcoin Foundation, Charlie Shrem, and myself have a company, some really good names. And I don't tell you that to impress you, just to let you guys know that I really know quite a bit about crypto and I consider myself a complete crypto degenerate. And by that, I mean, we live in crypto, me and my friends, no one's handed anybody a dollar in years, we would be offended, right? So we literally live in crypto. And so very recently been working with a couple projects. I just spent about a couple weeks in Dubai at the World Blockchain Summit. And then I was at NFT NYC in New York City, which is probably safer in Dubai than it is in New York City right now. No, just kidding. But in short, my biggest takeaway was that, oh my God, this space is changing so fast and nobody knows what they're talking about. Nobody. It's unbelievable when you find the small group of people who know what they're talking about. And it's unfortunate because so many people want to get into crypto, but they don't know how. And I think the biggest reason people stay out of financial opportunities is because A, the fear of losing money, and because B, they don't know what to do. So a confused mind just doesn't do it, right? So I always loved an easy idea to get people into crypto, but it had to be so easy that, it was like early Bitcoin mining days. I wish you could just, download a software on your computer and make Bitcoin. I wish life was so easy, right? But it really hasn't been. And so you had to download a Coinbase account, and then you had to learn how to set up one of these crazy MetaMask wallets and to swap coins. It's so confusing. It's crazy, but it's amazing. And it is the future. But I wanted something that was a tool that would allow people to do something that they do in their everyday life, but that could be rewarded in crypto. And it's almost like a backdoor way into learning about what I believe, and I think we all know, will be the fastest growing industry and the largest wealth transfer in the history of the world. And so that's when I saw PUNKPANDA, and owning a cryptocurrency consulting firm and a few different companies, we get pitched on 100 deals a month. Honestly, I got deal flow from crypto.com saying, hey, the Lakers want to do this, or the Clippers want to tokenize, and it's all yeah. But it's a lot of the same stuff. And so when I saw PUNKPANDA, I was like, wow, actually, I'm not beyond excited about another app for texting and messaging, but I am excited about an encrypted app that I can use for private, messaging and file share that rewards you in crypto, because it would allow the average person to download an app and do the behaviors that they're already doing anyway, and be rewarded in crypto and start learning about it and get into the ecosystem in a more natural way on the back end. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I got to take a deeper look at this. Long story short, there are so many crypto projects, and basically this is how it goes. You have an idea, you write out that idea and you build a website and you make it look real cool. And then you raise money and then you pray that you can find the 30 developers in the world who know how to do it to like make it a real thing. Like if you ever looked at a project like, and there's nothing against it, it's a great project. If you look at like Cardano, maybe you guys have heard of Cardano. It's like, probably the 5th or 7th largest cryptocurrency in the world. They launched 4 years ago. It still doesn't work. It still doesn't even do anything, right? It's just starting to like get going. So now it's a lot easier and things speed up, but it can take that kind of time for things to come to light and come to fruition. But the point of like telling you guys all this is like, it's really just an idea. And then we hope to make a product that works. What I loved about what, Marcus showed me and what we have Punk Panda is that it's a very noble idea in crypto, because believe me, there's not many working products. These are products that actually work. Like they work right now. You can use them, you can message your friends, and they have a lot of different revenue streams that are coming behind them that will fuel what is going to be a token and an ecosystem that will grow. And so when I looked at like the networking side of it, to me, that was a very broken space. I believe Amazon has destroyed the product space in that game, and people are looking for something digital that will scale, that is, not scammy, but it really involves some kind of education as it comes to crypto. And this was a way that they could get in, share, be rewarded in crypto for doing something pretty simple that they like already do anyway. And I really, really liked that concept. And it's something that you can scale. Like I don't have to ship it. I don't have to wait. I'm not worried about chip shortages and, worried about, splitting. It's not like that. It can go very, very fast. And the world of crypto goes very, very fast. And that's why they've been able to do the amazing things that they've done here in such a short period of time, as far as not only raising money, but hitting some of their goals. And for all the things that they're going to tell you about on the update call today, it really is not common from what I've seen in the space. Most of these are pipe dreams with a product that will hopefully one day work. So it's very, very refreshing. And you guys should know this, to have a product and multiple products that work. And now we're kind of wrapping the crypto and the rest of the stuff behind it and giving it everything that it needs. With that said, crypto is very complicated. It's the most complicated thing in the world. It's also the most lucrative thing in the world, in my opinion. There's ups and downs, but in short, Bitcoin is the greatest performing asset in the history of time, right? I just tell people that. They're like, oh, well, I don't know. Like, guys, it's the greatest performing asset in the history of time. Like, just stop talking. So it's a big deal. And so you just know that you're in the right space, but there's a lot of work, from legal to development to technical to like designing websites to building apps. It is very, very difficult to coordinate all these pieces to make them work synergistically in a way that people could actually get into crypto and to build a network and to actually, be rewarded for sharing products that work. And so along that way, these guys had the foresight to say, hey, we need to create what's hot in crypto right now. We need to create that over here. And what's really hot is, maybe you guys have heard of like DeFi, or decentralized finance, right? And so basically everything that used to happen at the banks is now happening online, and they're giving the money back to the people if you know how to get it. And it takes a little bit of ingenuity in building, but we are building services that will allow you to be rewarded for doing the activities that you're probably going to do anyway in a crypto type way. But to do so is very difficult. I probably know 4 people in the world who know how to navigate this and to build like these farms that you can like stake your tokens and do it. Don't let me confuse you if this is over your head, but crypto is like, it involves DeFi and staking, and maybe you've heard of like yielding and yield farming. It's the craziest space in the world. It's too confusing. So we wanted to simplify it, but still give you the opportunity to get those returns and start learning and educating yourself and being a part of that ecosystem. And so I had no choice but to turn to my friend, who is, I really firmly believe, like, if you want to get like wisdom and you want to be like, if you need a mentor, especially when it comes to like money, sometimes they should be older. If you want to learn technology, they should be younger. And so that led me to who I call the Jedi, who I turn to whenever I'm stuck with an insane crypto question that nobody can answer. I turn to my good friend, Josh, the Jedi Caleb, who I recently brought on. I shared this with him. He was like, oh my God, dude, if they did this, this, and this would be incredible, and started sharing some of his ideas. So he's not only the chief innovation officer and an executive at a crypto company, runs a hedge fund, like does all these things, is being pulled in many different directions. But when he saw this, he was like, this could actually scale really, really well. And so I knew he had to see it. When he got excited and I thought that we could work together on it, I knew I had to bring him on. And so I'm excited to share him with him. And we're working on a whole bunch of stuff, which I'm sure we don't have enough time to get into tonight, but it will be dripped down over time and they'll share it through the rest of this presentation. But I wanted to introduce my friend Josh. He's one of my best buds in the world. I want him to share a little bit about his background and some of the stuff we're working on.
Thank you, Craig. I mean, that's probably one of the best edifications I've ever gotten. I'm over here blushing. You probably can't tell through the Zoom, but I've never been so flattered in my life. I really appreciate that. So first off, I'm really honored to be a part of the Punk family community. It was a pleasure that Marcus was able to bring me on just in time to actually have such a significant impact in the project this early on. To give you all a little bit of color on my background, I've got a pretty all over the place resume. I started my career working for a corporate law firm, handling a lot of filings with the state. I actually ended up transitioning into the traditional finance world, which is what really actually pushed me into crypto. I spent a lot of time working with different financial services, different hedge funds, different investment products. And one of the things that I learned is that within that sort of traditional legacy environment, that ecosystem, you know, there's a big discrepancy in where value moves, right? You know, the value is sort of being channeled towards the top, right? And what's really frustrating about that is, you know, as somebody from a developing country, I come from Colombia. I come from South America. And so for us, you know, we don't really have a banking infrastructure, right? Financial service is such a necessary thing to life. And here in the countries that we do have it, you know, the challenge is that while we do have access to banking, while we put our money in there, we're getting crumbs of value back on those dollars, right? Meanwhile, you know, these financial institutions are making an absolute killing on that money. And so what really inspired me to make that move into crypto is that blockchain facilitated the kind of technology where you could drive that value back to the users, right? Back to the community, back to the individual. And that was something that really struck a chord with me. So back in 2010, it was the first time I read the Bitcoin white paper, got heavily invested into Bitcoin in 2011. And back in the day, there wasn't really so much of an industry, right? You could follow it closely, you could keep up with the technology, you could keep up with Litecoin and some of the forks that were happening off of Bitcoin, but it really hadn't become the kind of industry and the kind of alternative that it is now for finance, right? It was a speculative asset class, as people like to call it. And so back in about 2018, I started working for a startup, following a position that I held for a hedge fund. You know, our number one goal was to promote mass adoption, right? And so what's the biggest challenge of mass adoption? Everyone had heard of Bitcoin and passing here and there, but the number one issue was the onboarding ramps to bring people into this world and help demystify it for them, right? So we built a business that specialized specifically in sort of hand-holding and creating the processes that would help people get from having no coins to actually utilizing and storing value and earning these really great yields that are available within decentralized finance. And so moving off that company, I was able to build a fairly successful career off of doing a lot of consulting for companies like Crypto.com. What's funny is that well before Craig and I even knew each other, we actually had the same clients. Crypto.com was actually my first client. I did the biggest event for them that they'd ever done in the US back then in Miami. And this was during kind of the Renaissance period in the United States for crypto. This space has moved a ton in the past 3 or 4 years. Back in 2018, I recall being in Mayor Suarez's office in Miami, actually having him sign the Miami Blockchain Week Declaration. So now every third week of January is Miami Blockchain Week. And you're seeing this kind of shift where, you know, Governor Abbott in Texas is now trying to create a blockchain friendly environment. You have Wyoming that is attracting all these different corporations into the state for blockchain companies. You're seeing El Salvador begin to accept it as legal tender because they know that it drives investment in that direction. And it is a wealth transfer that really is empowering people that traditionally have been sort of faced with barriers to entry, right? So, you know, one of the special things of crypto is that, you know, not only are you getting some of that value back, but now you have novel ways of exchanging value, right? And that's what really stood out to me with Punk Panda, because when you're using WhatsApp, you're not really getting anything out of it. They're mining your data, they're using you for advertising, and all these different apps are actually extracting value from you, but they're not really giving it back to you anyway, right? So there's a huge discrepancy in this relationship. And what blockchain allows people to do is create a more leveled playing field where your usage of this technology is actually enabling you to gain a benefit from it as well. And for me, that's why I really moved into the space, into the technology. Similar to Craig, I ended up doing a lot of consulting for organizations like SoftBank, for different hedge funds. I've worked for the biggest exchanges in the world as clients. I've helped them take over entire countries of market share. And now, you know, what I'm really focused on is being purpose driven, right? And so what that means is going back to the reason that I came into this industry in the first place. And so to me, that is giving people a way to get value back from the technology, right? And not just making people, you know, who are already at the top even richer. So Punk Panda, right, has a very unique value proposition, unlike a lot of the other coins and tokens, and the fact that it is driving that value back to the user for things that they're already doing, right? And that's important to me because I see it already happening with, you know, WhatsApp and Zoom and Jitsi. You've got all these other apps out there that are, you know, benefiting from people using them, but there's not necessarily a value transfer back to the individual. And so that's what's really unique about this opportunity. And, you know, as somebody who's launched tons of different projects, has consulted, I like to joke that I've been punched 100 times in the face by every problem that you could face in crypto. And I think the number one problem is actually having something that has a real life effect on people's lives, right? And I think the easiest way to have an effect on people's lives is not to sell them a problem, is not to try and offer them something that isn't relevant to them, but actually meet them where their needs are and with what they're using day to day, right? And that's why Punk Panda made so much sense, you know, as a project that I wanted to be part of and actually have an impact in, is because everyone's already using it, right? And within the traditional world, like you would in crypto, a good business model is something that solves a problem, right? Messaging, encrypted messaging, private file sharing, video conferencing. I mean, we're doing it right now, right? It's solving a problem. And so to me, it was a pretty obvious, it was a really obvious winner to me, because unlike, you know, projects that are just, you know, creating speculative earnings, this is something that people are actually using. So, you know, it really is a unique opportunity that you guys are all a part of this. It's really exciting that we have such an exciting community that's grown in such little time. I actually haven't seen projects take off this many users so quick. So it really is impressive. I have to hand it over to TW Dawson and Albert and Marcus for really growing such an exciting community so quick. That's really unique. And I think it speaks to what an amazing family we have here at Punk Panda.
Wow. Thanks so much, Craig, and thanks so much, Josh, the Jedi. Guys, I know you've got a hard stop actually right now on the half hour. So Craig, is there anything else you just wanted to wrap up before we let you go?
I wanted to give a quick apology. I hope everybody enjoyed anything about what we said. I think we were supposed to do 2 minutes, and I am so sorry if we went way over. It's nothing but ego, but we're just excited. But we're bullish on Punk Panda. We're bullish on Marcus and the crew, and TW, and whatever we can help with, guys, we're here. A lot of exciting stuff to come in the near future. So thanks so much for having us. It means a lot.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Craig, and thanks, Josh, as well. And, you know, when I listen to you guys talk, I mean, I thought we were onto something already, but then when I listen to you guys talk, I think, holy shit, we're actually onto something, you know. You know, this is something that we've been so grateful that we're actually not only going out with a marketing message that is landing with different people in all different communities and all different backgrounds, but the people who are actually in the know, that we're just so happy and grateful that they're actually coming to us and saying, guys, I'd be willing to participate. So this is the message I want every single one of the Punk Panda community to hear, is that if we delay listing or we say this is, you know, this is how we're going to move forward, it's because we're listening to the experts, the people who are smarter than us. All right. And this is so important, is that we get one chance to make a good first impression, and we want to do this right, because this is a multi-generational project if we do this properly. All right. And this is a project that can raise and bring so many people out of their circumstances, no matter where they live in the world. So with that, I want to get back into the formal part of the presentation. I know, Albert, you're chomping at the bit, and so I'm going to bring you on in a minute, sir. But let's get this back up. So Pancake listing, we're targeting listing in February, in 3 to 5 weeks from now. We already have the funds put aside to establish our liquidity pool, $500,000 in actual BNB, 500,000 PPM tokens. And of course, we're starting to work now on all of the assets and the strategy for the public Panda Blitz marketing with Craig and Joshua's guidance and help. And the simple message going out to the world is going to be buy PPM token and why. Marketing materials, we're going to start providing those and getting them out for you guys in the community to help us and assist us to get this messaging out to the community. And the contract address will not be given until this token is listed. We do not want people rushing over to Pancake and just creating a fake liquidity pool and pointing people off into the wrong direction. Of course, videos on how to buy and how to sell PPM tokens, we will create and provide those for people who are new to Pancake and crypto as well. And you know what, we can't control the price once we list. The speculators can get involved, but we have many things that we're doing to support the price and also to grow the community and to grow the token value and the usage for this utility token. So as far as security updates concerned, some of you may not have had a chance to do this. If you do have an account on PUNKPANDA Farm, you can log in and go to the dashboard and click on update wallet address under account. Now, the reason this is important is ultimately because you don't want somebody logging in or having a situation like Craig happen where he gets hacked and somebody steals all his funds. So if you log into your back office, click on account, update wallet, you will get a chance to whitelist a BNB Smart Chain wallet address. All right, so that way the only wallet that funds can be taken out of your back office is to your whitelisted address. When you do that, you'll have a one-time PIN sent to your email address that's on file. You need to approve that one-time PIN, and then you'll have a message pop up like this that your Smart Chain BNB wallet address has been added successfully. So if you haven't done that, please do that. If you just go to try and withdraw some tokens right now, you'll get a pop-up saying add your wallet address for withdrawal, and it will take you through that same loop. So any account changes after that point will need to be done via submitting a ticket through the back office. If anything does look suspicious, you'll either get a phone call from our tech team, and also any withdrawal requests will be released in 12 to 24 hours. Now, as far as the withdrawal rates are concerned, we've got people who have got staking on PUNKPANDA Farm, their tokens there, and also the PUNKPANDA app. Those tokens become available as per the pre-sale vesting schedule, which is pretty much 30 days after listing. You'll get access to 1% of your available tokens in month 2, and then 2% the next month, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And you'll be able to see that schedule in the pre-sale presentation if you want to look through all the details. One thing that's really important to understand is that whilst we had the pre-sale going on, people were earning monthly staking interest. Now, because the pre-sale's finished, that monthly interest payments has also finished. And all of those tokens you have staked in your PUNKPANDA Farm back office have now been moved over to earning PPM rewards from the smart contract every 30 minutes, which is really exciting that we've been able to move to that next phase. If you want to see those rewards, you simply log into your back office. You want to click on earnings, then click on PPM rewards, and you'll see literally every 30 minutes, depending on how many USD you have staked, how many tokens are coming to you off the smart contract. So in this example, you can see 5,000 USD is staked, and this person's earning 0.38 PPM tokens every 30 minutes. So 48 times a day, you are earning money and literally making money while you're sleeping. So you'll see the total balance from your PPM rewards coming off the smart contract in the token staking rewards chart, which is on the dashboard of the back office. So in this case, this person, I think, earned 24 PPM tokens in their first 24 hours. Now, we've got a surprise offer, right? And this is something I'm pretty excited about. Some of you guys still have PPM tokens sitting in your bonus wallet, which is commissions you earned from promoting the token purchase during the pre-sale. And in this case, this person's got $4,000 there. We know a lot of people don't want to do anything with this. They're waiting for the token to be listed, and they're looking to actually hold that and sell the token at a later date once it's listed on Pancake or in the future, or they just want to stake it, all right? But for those of you who do have money sitting in your bonus wallet, and if you want to convert that, we've got a pretty special offer for you. So what we're going to do is anyone who has funds sitting in their bonus wallet between now and whenever we list on Pancake, whether that's 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, between now and when we list, we've got a special offer where if you move a percentage of those tokens into staking from your from your bonus wallet, we'll allow you to withdraw the following, depending on how much you've staked. So if you move 10% into staking, once a week, you can withdraw 5% of your balance converted straight into BNB at a rate of 90 cents. If you move 30% into staking, once a week, you can move 10% of your balance into BNB, immediately converted at 95 cents per token. And if you move 60% or more, once a week, you can move 15% out, converted at $1 immediately into BNB. And any of those withdrawals requests, they'll be cleared every 1 to 2 days. So allow up to 48 hours for them to be come out to your wallet. Now, Albert, I know you've been sitting there patiently. I'm sorry to keep you so long. I'm going to hand over for you to just talk on this, and also the surprise offer number 2, which is what happens if somebody wants to actually promote something that we've got in this special offer.
What a way to start a morning here in the Philippines. I know for many of you it's evening time, but what a way to start the morning. You know, starting on October 29th, it just took me by surprise that when we talked to very big leaders that were very influential in the world, you know, some of them placing within the top 150 in the world, how many of them looked at our project and immediately wanted to be involved in one way or another. And here we are 2 months later. Now we're getting people that have owned huge crypto companies or are huge influencers and sit on many boards of directors for many huge crypto projects, and how they're looking at this and saying, this project is very fresh. It's something that people have not seen in a long time. It's an incredible business model. So it just gives us a lot to work with here as far as the credibility of the actual message that we're sending. And we're so blessed for what we're able to do here the next 3 to 5 weeks, to have people of that caliber to come along and say, we would like to guide you, because this is their specialty when it comes to the DeFi farms, the actual listings, how to prepare for them, and to give the community the right things that they need to have a very successful launch. And it was something we really needed, because yes, we're a big community, we're a big family very quickly, but if anybody wanted to buy the tokens that's in our immediate family right now for 10 cents or 50 cents, they've already done it. So this new community needed to be developed, so there would be a lot of excitement on Pancake and for the things that we have coming forward. And we're very proud of the ecosystem and to have a workable product, you know, instead of just a white paper laying around somewhere with things locked away. So it's definitely going to be worth the 3 to 5 weeks. Well, how can we keep people engaged during this time period? We're going to also be offering an extended sell. So this is what we're calling the extended pre-launch sell. So in your back office, you're going to see an extended bonus wallet. Now, and it's going to start at $1. So this extended sell, which will last about 3 to 5 weeks, it'll last right up until the listing of Pancake. So we can keep everybody obviously very engaged during this time period, is that the extended bonus wallet, any commissions that are earned during this, there will only be the one-time commission that will be paid. On the first level, it's actually going to be 10%, which is an increase from the 6% that it was. There we go. Level 2 will be 4%. That's because all of these accounts now that are in the staking are receiving the rewards, so we don't have to pay the staking. So there can be more earned on the actual direct commissions. Now, anything that goes into the extended bonus wallet, you'll be able to withdraw that immediately at 100%. And that will go all the way up until the day of the launching. You can withdraw 100% each and every single day. And we're going to scale this from $1, which is where it's going to start out right now, up to $1.15. That's as high as it can go. And then when we actually do the listing on Pancake, you know, to create some sort of value for the people that you're talking to, we'll be listing at $1.25. The $1.25 is going to be a very reasonable price where we can come in and we can actually support that price. This also gives us a 3 to 5 week window to increase the strength of Panda 11 and what's going on there. The matches right now that have been played over there, they're being played all on the free, and that's the way it's been. And we're getting very close to where we're up to almost 200 people and partaking in each and every event. And when we first offered the free matches that was going on at Panda 11, we were averaging 10, 12, and then it got up to 25 to 30, then it got up to about 75, and now we're up to about 200. So within the next 3 to 4 days, will be the first PPM offering. We're going to offer a $1 1 PPM table, and we'll be offering a 10 PPM table. So everything over there is running the way that we thought it would. We've been doing the free matches for a little bit longer than what we expected, but the PPM matches will begin here in the next 3 to 4 days, which is going to give us time to build that up. So as people are going over to Pancake and they're actually doing sales, we have a feeling that's being developed that there will be a lot more buys going on than actual sales. But for the sales that do take place, Panda 11 will be sitting there ready to scoop up those tokens, to take them over and have them as an inventory sitting there for as people want to come and swap the tokens and play in what is the first crypto fantasy sports app in the world. And we've researched this and researched it, and this is the first crypto sports fantasy app in the world. And we could not be more proud to bring it to market first. There's other people out there right now doing huge raises just to bring a sports fantasy app. This is simply just an add-on into our ecosystem of what will be many products in the future. And so I think with that, Marcus, I'm going to turn it back over to you because I've covered the bonus wallet, the $1 to $1.15. Anything that you do from this day on, we're going to turn it on immediately after this call. Anything that you do from this day on will be 100% withdrawal out of the bonus, extended bonus wallet. Oh, the rewards. Let me talk about that. Anything that you're receiving in the rewards wallet, you'll be able to unstake them. So the unstake on that will take 48 hours. Now, during that 48 hours, you will not receive any rewards. From there, it will go into the older bonus wallet that you had. And from the bonus wallet, you can move it to the staking wallet if you desire, or you can keep it into the actual staking wallet, okay? So just so you know, the rewards, because of the programming, could not go directly into the actual staking wallet. So it's going to require you, if you want to unstake it for 48 hours, same as the phone app, you will not receive any rewards. That means you're going to miss 96 cycles. That'll move it to the bonus wallet. From bonus wallet, you can move it to staking wallet if you so desire. So I think with that, I have covered every single thing that will take place. We'll be posting all this information in the Telegram group and sending it out to all the WhatsApp groups that we can. And this is something that will keep the whole community engaged while we're going for the listing. Thank you.
Fantastic, Albert. Thanks very much. And just another update regarding the Panda 11. In the Telegram group, we're not going to be answering questions, teaching people how to use it. Let's let that team get it up and running, get it functional, make sure it's all working properly, smoothly. Then we can create some how-to videos and instructional videos. So we won't be covering any content in the Telegram group around that until that is complete. Now, another exciting part. I can't believe how many exciting updates we've got. So we've got the beta app. Of course, we did the audit. We found out there's a bunch of challenges there. We've got over 300,000 users. I haven't checked it for a few days. Last time I looked, we were kind of growing at 3,000 to 5,000 people a day. And, you know, one thing that we've been working on is the OTP code. So instead of receiving an SMS, getting the OTP via email. Now, we actually have completed and got that field programmed into the Apple iOS, and that has been submitted to Apple. So we're literally just waiting for that update to happen now. The PPM rewards are coming out smoothly for those people who are staking tokens in the app. The rewards are coming out nice and smoothly for those people who have been sharing the app and creating their Punk Panda circle. But let me just ask, if there is anybody who is showing 0 PPM tokens in their Panda wallet, please take a screenshot of that, send it to one of the Telegram admins so we can get that followed up and find out why that is the case. We don't believe it's a major or a big issue, but I do believe there are some isolated incidents where that is the case. So if that's you, please send a screenshot and also include your phone number and your referral code for the app. Now, who's ready to go from the beta to the Bentley in the app? All right, if you're ready, just say I'm Panda punked and pumped and ready, because I tell you what, we've been dealing with the old beta app and we're getting fired up and ready to go to the Bentley. Now, not ready yet, don't get too excited, but let me give you a little bit of a teaser, I suppose. All right, a bit of a fluffing here. So when you register somebody with the app, this is what they're going to see. They're going to have to agree to the terms and conditions. Then they're going to have been sent a link. All right, they're going to be sent a link, not a code. So we're removing the ability for human error of people typing in the wrong code. When they click on that link, these 8 boxes will be automatically filled in from the link they have clicked on. And it's going to tell them who their inviter is. So that's step 1. Step 2, enter their mobile phone number with the country. Then step 3, enter your email ID. And this is so important, and we're so excited about this feature, is that your app will be connected to your email. That way, if you ever lose your phone, you ever change your phone number, you can recover your Panda app and you can recover all of the tokens involved. Now, and a one-time PIN will be sent to your email. It's not going to come via SMS. We've had some challenges in certain countries with people receiving the one-time PIN via SMS. So you then will receive this via email. Step 4 out of 5. And then welcome to Punk Panda. You get the chance to enter your name, first name and last name, and submit. So that will be the new enrollment process. Then once you get in there, you're going to see some pretty familiar things here. If you want to start a chat, you click on this little thing down the left-hand side. If you want to make a call, if you want to start a group, if you want to do other things, you'll click on more. All right, so this is just some design features that may change as we start to play with it and update, but I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a sneak peek. If you want to make a phone call, you click on the phone icon and you can see the history of phone calls you've made to people and received. And also what's really cool is if somebody actually updates their profile, you're going to get to see a picture of the person when you're on the call with them. Now, if you want to start a group, just click on the group icon or create new group on the icon on the bottom right. You can label all these different groups and it's pretty much the same as you would do with a WhatsApp group. Once you're in the group, if you want to share, messages or photos, you're not going to see a whole bunch of numbers under the photos like you do with the beta app. It's pretty much like you would expect to see with sharing in a group in Telegram or with WhatsApp. Finally, you've got an opportunity to customize your settings and your account privacy. So you'll be able to see your Panda pals in your settings. You'll be able to turn on or off notifications for the groups. And also you'll be able to set your profile, whether it's your photo, you'll be able to put a little about yourself in there. And lastly, you can determine the privacy levels. And that also includes reading of receipts. So in other words, if you want to be able to open a message and have somebody not know you've opened that message, you can just turn that off and then people won't be able to see that you've read a message because you're, for whatever reason, you don't want that. So there's just a little bit on the app. Albert, do you want to just add anything about, because I know ultimately where we're at right now, we're looking to start testing this app in the next 7 days internally with a few of our ambassadors and corporate team, and looking to actually have that roll out in February. But Albert, anything you want to add regarding the 2.0 beta Bentley, which is going from beta to Bentley rolling out soon?
No, I think the most important thing, which has caused the greatest amount of problems, is the verification and the registration process. And as you can see from our back office with the pre-sale, is that we've already got everything switched over to email OTP. We're big believers in email OTP, and so the new app, as long as the Apple comes back with our email, which has been submitted to them, if they let us create that field within the next 4 to 5 days, the new app will be absolutely on email OTP. The registration to verify everything will be done by email OTP, and the link also for the invite. So I think that's the biggest takeaway on this. We're just simply waiting for Apple to approve that email field, and away we go.
Beautiful. Thanks, Albert. Now, just wanted to flick you guys through the, I guess, the ecosystem here. And really, I mean, I got so much confidence just even again listening to Craig and Josh, which is kind of weird because we just got off a call with them for an hour before. It's not like I've just seen them for the first time, but understanding where we are with this project in such a short period of time. I know it's been frustrating for people, who've been dealing with the little glitches and challenges with the app. But let's look at the big picture here. What have we done in 2 months? We have launched our smart contract. And we successfully have tokens coming off to the Panda app for people who are staking their tokens in the app. Coming off the smart contract, we successfully have tokens, 50% coming to people who are sharing the app and creating a Panda Power Circle. The smart contract is throwing 12% down to the Panda Farm for people who are now having their tokens staked in the Panda Farm. So we've launched the beta version of the app, all right? It's created a huge community, over 300,000 people in the last 2 months. We've done that, and it's growing at 3,000 to 5,000 people a day. Imagine how fast it's going to grow when we roll out 2.0 app next month. This is the last month you're going to have to deal with beta app. Now, we've also been successfully taking some of the funds that's gone into the development and creating new products. So we're right now creating a DeFi farm. What you see now as Punk Panda Farm website is going to become a DeFi farm. That is going to become really cool, really updated, really high tech, and it's going to be functional within the next 8 weeks as a DeFi farm. Now, we're literally knocking on the door of also listing our token. You know, back in the end of 2018, I gave a friend of mine $200,000 and he was running an ICO fund. He had a team of people that were finding the best ICO projects, and they picked 20. Out of those 20 ICOs that I put $200,000 into this specialist team, do you know how many of those 20 have actually listed since 2018 in the last 4 years? One out of 20. Look at what we're doing. We're about to list and we've been going for 2 months. So just a little bit of perspective for you guys. And on top of that, we've taken some funds and we've put it into developing the Panda 11 app, which we believe will be the biggest utility case for our token, with people playing the crypto sports fantasy, requiring PPM tokens to actually participate in all of those matches. So we are well underway for our roadmap, guys. If anyone's disappointed, I just think it's because you don't have any perspective in this space. So the next 30 days, Panda Play will be up and running fully for the crypto sports fantasy with the Android and iOS app. The public marketing is going into effect, the listing on Pancake, Panda app 2.0 starting testing in the next 7 days and releasing the app next month in February. So with that, we want to say thank you. I'll hand back to TW in case you haven't gone to sleep to close it out. And we want to say thanks. We know it's been a bit longer than normal, but we had some incredible guests. And tell you what, this is an exciting next 30 days and it really can change our lives.
And I'll just say one more thing. It's going to be about 2 or 3 hours before the back office will be turned on to start the extended pre-sale.
Fantastic. TW, you'll need to unmute yourself, sir.
TW.
Yes. Thank you very, very much, Marcus, Albert, always. Man, if you're not excited now, maybe it's late and you're tired. But if you're not tired, and if it's not late, you should be jumping all over the place. I see people's screens moving around in the chat. Listen, we are on to something really big. And I remember being one of the guys that was telling you this year that this will be the biggest project of 2022. And you just had some top guys that's been in this space for a long time give you their honest opinion. They could be doing anything, but they're on this call with us tonight. They could be doing anything, but they decided to align themselves with this Punk Panda community. They could be doing anything they want to do in this crypto space. They've seen a lot of things, been a lot of places, but they were here tonight with us, sharing their knowledge, sharing their experiences, and sharing their resources with us. We have counsel from people that have been in the space for years. We have counsel from people who have been in business for years. We are putting together a dream team that we believe we will impact this world, crypto world and the world. And the most important thing I got out of this whole thing is that when I think his name was
Craig.
Joshua. Yes. When he said that when he got into crypto, blockchain technology, he saw it as a way to give back value to the people that were in the financial institutions. Because guess what? What we do with these banks, if you really take the time to look at it and study it, it's disgusting. We allow them to take advantage of us every single time we do a transaction. But with crypto, with blockchain, we're changing that. And guess what? What Craig said, mass adoption. come up with a program, a project that can get people in, quote unquote, through the back door. And this is what we have here. We're doing it. We've done it almost by accident and then realized that, whoa, this is it. It wasn't by accident. These guys are smart. Thank you guys. I appreciate your time. Have a good night. Have a good morning. You can unmute yourself at this point and just say good night. Punk Pandas, we're out.
Panda, we're rocking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for participating.
God bless.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great time. Thank you very much.
Thank
you so much.
everyone.
Have a great day. I am Tamil Nadu.
300.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
300.
Thank you.
From Jamaica. Thank you a lot. From India, Palla Ramaya.
Good night from Japan.
Hey, from Japan.
From Philippines. You're from Philippines. Thank you.
Go Philippines, #1. Or even California.
Thank you, Ryland.
Panda.
California.
Thank you.